It all comes down to this game, though. SIMBA with 3 wins from their 5 games. Constantine with 4. Both coaches speaking before the game, emphasising their desire to finish top of the pile. Well, SIMBA are unchanged from the side that drew 1-1 in Angola last time around, away to Bravos Domaki. So Lionel Ateba will continue to lead the line. He's got 2 goals. Dennis Kibu alongside him has 3. And Jean-Charles Ahoua is another to keep an eye on, the Ivorian, with a couple of goals so far, including a really tasty volley away to Sfaxian on match day 4. Mohamed Hussein, the captain of SIMBA. A little hug for Brahim Deeb, his counterpart from the Algerians. Mozambique's Celso Alvassal leading proceedings today, and it's not an all-Mozambican crew because he's assisted by 2 officials from Lesotho. As for Constantine, well, they are also unchanged from their last outing. That was a 3-0 defeat at home to CS Sfaxian. Zakaria Benchar grabbing a brace that day. And he is by far and away the team's top scorer in African competition this season with 6. Brahim Deeb supporting him with 3 as well. And the players with yellow cards next to their name, well, that indicates that if they are to get booked in this game, they will be missing from the first leg, at least, of the quarter-finals. That's Messala Merba in midfield for Constantine, as well as the captain, Deeb, and Benchar as well. They've all picked up 2 yellows. If they manage to go through today unscathed, then their yellow cards will be wiped, because that's exactly what happens at the end of the group stage. And they'll be clear for the quarter-final run. They will kick off in March. So Group A supremacy on the line in Dar es Salaam between SIMBA and Algeria's Constantine. Who will emerge victorious today to seal pole position? Or will it end in a draw, one that would suit Constantine and take them through 2 points clear of the Tanzanians' SIMBA? Well, he spoke before the game, Khairuddin Madoui, the Constantine coach, about how the absence of supporters would be a real bonus for his side, reduce vast amounts of pressure and help them along. And SIMBA know exactly what he's talking about, because then when they went to Sfaxian on match day 4, well, on that occasion the Tunisian club was banned from having fans, and Fatlou Davids, the SIMBA coach, delighting his, expressing his delight at the absence of the pressure that the home supporters would bring. He said it would also allow him to get his message and tactics across. And SIMBA did indeed go on to win that game. Jean-Charles Ahoua's first half goal proving the difference. And here is Madoui, the Constantine coach, just knocking the ball to Shamari Kapombe, the right back for SIMBA. As Usama Medahi tries to clear his lines, and then Constantine will have the free kick after Benchar. Just falling on the ball, there is Fatlou Davids, 43 years of age, and appointed July last year, the South African. He had been assistant at Raja Casablanca in the season before, helping them win their first league title in 4 years. But the opportunity to lead a side on his own was too good for Fatlou Davids. And he said before the game that his side will be going all out for the win, saying they are well aware that they're taking on the most high-profile team in the group, but pledging to pile pressure on Constantine to end the group stage on a high. And as for the lack of supporters, he described himself as sad that they wouldn't be here today, and saying that his team, when it's been performing well, deserve the fans to witness it all, but equally how he respected the decision made by the African football body CAF. So Elium Panzu, the Congolese, just giving away a foul in the middle of the park. Here's Madoui, a man who knows what it is to win the Champions League, no less. He did so 11 years ago. SIMBA to win this sixth and final game in the group to enable them to climb just a point above Constantine. I don't want to give this the kiss of death, but both these sides have scored in every single game they played so far this season. But it is the Algerians who heavily outscore their Tanzanian opponents. 12 goals for Constantine, just the 6 in comparison for SIMBA. And this is deep, and this is the penalty shout from Zakaria. Well, he certainly didn't get any of the ball, and this is worth seeing again. Let's have a look. Well, you can understand why he's claiming for it. Benchar did not go his way. I wonder if the outcome later in the game, if there would have been possibly a different decision when the game had more of an ebb and flow about it. Fabrice Ngoma. It was SIMBA into Abdul Razak Hamza. And we'll go all the way back to Musa Camara, the Guinean, in goal for SIMBA. Had a pretty decent campaign, 2 clean sheets for Camara so far. Played every minute of the group stage. You can hear the coaches, can't you? So long they go, looking for Ahua. The attempted clearance coming in from Huari Baouche. One of 2 players to have played every single minute of this campaign for Constantine, the player when wearing number 8. Baouche. Shame alone as they switch it all away across to Mohamed Hussein, who might be reflecting on that challenge on Benchar. Patient from the home side so far. Constantine keeping good shape in these early phases. Ngoma, well, he said that far too long. And Zakaria Bouhalfaya, the 27-year-old, in goal for Constantine. Very comfortable. 2 clean sheets. Well, this man's got 5, including 2 in his last 2 games against Sfaxian at home last time around, and then against Bravos Stomaki, the Angolans, just before that. Well, it may well be a slow burn, this one, to get going. The pressure is off in terms of qualification, of course. And that's just a little bit late as well, coming in from Dennis Kibu. Referee will reach instantly for his no book. Dennis Kibu has been booked before against Sfaxian, just moments after he scored a winner in the 9th minute of stoppage time. What a victory that was. But he's just now on the 2. Obviously he can't afford any more. The 26-year-old, a key man in this SIMBA side. We had 2 goals against Sfaxian in the 2-1 victory at home on match day 3. SIMBA unbeaten in the group since going down 2-1 in Algeria against Constantine in early December. Ali Mpanzu. Hamza. Shea Malone started all the group stages games, only failing to finish the 90 minutes just the once. As they go long and try to play in a Ateba, who, well, it was Kapombi actually who got forward, and that's a yellow card for Baouche as well. So not even 10 minutes on the clock. And 2 players already in the referee's notebook. Baouche not among the 3 Constantine players who would have been having to miss the next game had he been booked. Or had they been booked. So Shamari Kapombi. Feeling that, the 32-year-old. Highly experienced player, turns 33 at the end of this month, does Kapombe. Nearly 100 caps for Tanzania, for whom he's been playing since 2011 now, Kapombe. Very much a key man, not just for Tanzania, but for SIMBA as well, of course. There's Mohamed Ben Shaira. He's very clearly told by the Mozambican official where to put his hands. So, first set piece in the vicinity of the Constantine goal for SIMBA. And the referee still trying to keep order. What sort of ball will Hussein put in? Swings it in it goes, headed away by Constantine. And then hacked forward as well by Tosin Abraham Omoyele, the Nigerian leading the line for Constantine. Hussein's coming over to the other side of the pitch to take the throw, looking up the line. Ateba cannot hold on to it. That's a pretty loose ball forward out of the back from Constantine, which will be picked up by SIMBA. Kapombe. Oh, first a little touch for him. Kibu. And Ngoma drops deep just to try and probe from that. Fabrice Ngoma, former DR Congo international, of course. Malone to Ngoma. Here he is, looking forward on the floor. Nicely played into Ateba. And switch of play from Ahua. Did well to escape the challenge coming in. Keep ball from the Tanzania side. Constantine chasing shadows at present. Kapombe. Ahua got a lovely touch. Striker goal from Ahua as well. Well, an early sighter from the man with 2 goals so far. just 22 years of age, Jean-Charles Ahoua. And he got Simba's opening goal in this group campaign when they won 1-0 at home to Bravos Domaki on match day 1. Both his goals proving to be the match winners. Hamza over the halfway line, inviting Hussein forward. Mpanzu. Ahoua up to Dennis Kibu. Awkward height for Kibu. Well, you can hear most of the calls from the players. Claims of outs on that occasion. Eerily quiet at times inside the cavernous Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. 60,000 it can host. He was getting ready to stage games in the African Nations Championship next month, only for the tournament to be delayed this last week. Tanzania, one of 3 co-hosts for the tournament for players based in their own domestic leagues. Of course, Tanzania joining Kenya and Uganda in hosting the tournament, delayed now to August. No firm dates as yet. They will be confirmed in due course by CAF. But delays not so much to the actual stadiums, but to some of the secondary issues that go around, like connectivity in stadiums, VAR in the ones in Kenya. Understand that some training grounds are not quite ready in Uganda, even though the Nambule Stadium has, of course, reopened. And then Tanzania, a feeling there could have been more hyper marketing around the event, especially given the huge passion for football in this East African nation. Well, we've gone past the quarter-hour mark and we have yet to see either goalkeeper forced into a save. Brahim Deeb spinning and rolling as he has brought down the 31-year-old. Has 4 assists and 3 goals from his 9 games, so that's 7 goal involvements. So the fact that he's one of the players on 2 yellow cards will, I'm sure, making Madoui, the coach, sit a little uneasily. Atseba inside to Ahoua. He can hit them from here, Ahoua, and he does. And we do have a shot on target. Straight at Buhalfaya, but struck well enough by Ahoua, whose first effort on goal whistled over, and that was straight down the throat of the Algerians' number 1. Hit well enough though. And he's getting closer. Mpanzu into Shea Malone. Pombe getting high, as he likes to do down this near flank, the right sided fullback. Ngoma. They've just got to find a way to break Constantine down. And Mpanzu trying to do exactly that, but good defending at the back as well, to ensure that Simba couldn't break 3. Ashraf Budrama with his defensive duties. Here's Mpanzu, room to get the cross in, headed away again by the Algerians, up to Ben Shahir, and he's just overhit that Ben Shahir. And Constantine just facing a series of red waves coming forward. Need the ball to stick up top. Kapombe. A little bit of room inside here for Aho. The first touch let him down. And Bausch does well to win that ball for Constantine. Playing it off the SIMBA man. Milud Ribii. Spreading it out to Medahi. Such a dangerous player, that right fullback for Constantine. Loves to get forward. Has really good quality on his deliveries and crosses and passes when he does so. Deeb. Cut out by SIMBA. Chance to counter. Ahua getting forward, but he's under here that. And Ribii will come forward again. Good drama. Just looking long for Moyele, who's yet to really get in the game, the Nigerian, but here he is. Struggling to control it. And his first pop-up foray forward, not ending so well for the 28-year-old. 2 goals he's got this campaign, Omoyele. Ngoma. Hamza. Well, Ngoma getting a little frustrated with the lack of movement ahead of him, he was suggesting. No, he tries to go long again, but it's hit too hard and hard to control for Mpanzu. Ahua, that's a lovely turn from Dennis Kibu. Fouled as well, and this is a far more central area for this set piece. Promising position. Suspect somebody will fancy a strike at goal, and it looks like it's going to be Dennis Kibu. SIMBA's top scorer in this tournament so far. Well, instead it's actually Ahua who comes over to stand over this. Will he be going for goal, or will he be trying to tee up her teammate? He's central. Good enough distance to get it up and down. It's all about the placement and the power as well. Hussein, the skipper, also standing over this. You'd think possibly it suits the left footer more than the right, but let's see. Ahua, dreaming of glory and trying to give SIMBA the lead, does strike a goal. Well, it's his third effort of the game, and it's his least effective one. No real pace on that connection from Ahua. And he certainly looked pretty disappointed himself with his effort. Deuxième ballon, second ball, win the second ball. The shouts from the Constantine bench. Up goes Kibu, up on the second occasion. Barouche just ambles forward. You can understand the lack of urgency from the Algerian side. Kibu. Spread wide by Yusuf Kagoma. Kagoma again. All the outfield players for SIMBA in the Constantine half. Well, they are just awaiting the opening. And the problem being that Constantine are keeping really good shape so far. They're not leaving too many gaps at the back for The likes of Kibu and Ateba and Ahua to exploit. Bench up. Anywhere will do, clearly. On this occasion, it's not exactly a storm, it's a gentle wind, but it's constantly going in one direction, and that's towards the Constantine goal. Yet to really test Buhal fire. Just the Ahua effort on target and straight at the Nigerian goalkeeper, even though he was struck well enough, but a lot of distance on it. Medahi. Looking long for deep. Omoyele behind him. He just chooses to play it back into the middle of the park where Masala Merba will play it forward. Bausch. Deep inside him. Omoyele. Switch of play and opened up by Merba. And that's nicely inside. And this is where Constantine could be so dangerous. Pull back. Really important cutout from Ngoma because Bencha was lurking and just primed to hit that. Well, that's in late and in behind and painful for Ateba. And Badrama pleading his innocence, trying to say that's the first one I got wrong. Referee's been booked just the once so far in the campaign, but never in the group stages. Badrama, pretty untidy challenge, let's be honest. From the centre-back. He's managed to win his argument with the referee as well. Oh, well, looking inside, and not the best touch whatsoever from Laid Shaheen Belowel, Budrama's colleague at centre-back, but got away with it. Deep, beaten in the air by Malone. Mpanzu.
Come here. He's not passing the instruction.
The microphone dipped on the fourth official. That's nice, and that's forward. And in comes Ateba. Oh, he just couldn't get his feet right, Ateba. I think just as he was about to hit that with his right, he touched it ever so slightly with his left, which meant that he didn't get anywhere near like the connection he wanted. But he was in behind Lionel Ateba, the 25-year-old Cameroonian. Scored last time out. Away to Bravos Domaki from a not dissimilar position. Well, it's his first goal of the group stages, having also scored earlier in the competition against Al Ali Benghazi, the Libyan side. Bausch. Kagoma into Ngoma. Ahua. They really are in no hurry. Well, that's well broken up by Bencha, and then gets on his bike and goes. He's got Omoyele and Deeb going forward as well. It's Deeb who's in more space, and he's picked out very nicely by Bencha. Excellent pass, and here's Deeb in to the middle. Super challenge coming in, and a really important one as well from Kapombe. Well, no wonder he's got his head in his hands, Deeb, because he's expertly found by Bencha. Look at that. Nice first touch as well from Deeb. But the desire and the hunger from Kapombe to get back. Very, very impressive. Just a toe. It was all that was needed. And you can see how close they thought Brahim Deeb, their talisman, was to opening the scoring. Good football from Constantine. Yeah, best move forward by quite some distance. Deeb takes the corner, swings it in, it's headed behind for another corner. On this occasion, he goes short to Ben Shaira. And Bausch with the delivery. Up to the back stick it goes, and well, contact from Ribery. Just not the cleanest. Ahua dropping very deep to get on the ball. Ngoma trying to switch it out over to that far side. And Panzu, Kagoma, Ahua. Not too many pockets of space for Simba to play it into. They string 5 across the midfield effectively. Constantine with just Omayele leading the line. And that's who Simba have got to find a way past. Well, they've hit the crossbar. What about that? Well, was that on purpose? Was it not? Either way, it's the final action as we go for a water break. And he's got a smile on his face, Mohamed Hussein. Look at this. Because lightning almost struck twice in their first encounter. Hussein scored from not a dissimilar situation. He was crossing it from the left flank and certainly aiming at some men in the middle. He got it wrong and it just curled over the Constantine goalkeeper and into the lead to give the Tanzanians the lead in Constantine on match day 2. And then was a own goal from Abdul Razak Hamza. Very unlucky he was as well. The ball cannoning off the post before hitting him on the chest and just turning behind. Before Constantine then got the winner in that game through Deeb. And Hussein has done pretty much the same thing with that last bit of play as well. This occasion, of course, just bouncing off the crossbar. So a chance for the coaches to get their points across. I wonder if he's happy with this patient approach that has come. Fadlu Davids. And what on earth do the Constantine delegation make of it? They are sitting the prettier at the moment. Top of the group, of course. No onus on them to do anything more than avoid defeat. I did say that both sides have scored in all their games. Let's see if that will continue. So, cooling break over. Can either of these sides find the opening goal before half-time? It is a decisive day in the Confederation Cup. 6 places already booked in the last 8. Not just Constantine and Simba from this group, but Group B, Renaissance Berkane, the Moroccans, and South Africa's Stellenbosch already gone through. Group C, though, well, there are 2 teams going for just 1 place there. USM Alger, the Algerians, have already made it to the quarterfinals, so the other spot is going to go to either ASC Giraffe of Senegal or ASEC Mimosas, the former African champions, of course, from the Ivory Coast. They've got the work to do, ASEC, because they trail Giraffe by 3 points. Giraffe just need a draw away to USM Alger to be sure of qualification. But if they lose that, and ASEC beat Arapa United, it will become very, very close. That game taking place in the evening. And Group D, Zamalek already through, and then one of 3 teams can take the second place. That's either Al Masry of Egypt, who are on 6 points, and Yimba of Nigeria on 5, and Black Bulls of Mozambique on 4. All of them can still make it through. Medahi into Ben Shaira. As Rabi just spreads it wide. Well, SIMBA are just going pretty well in the Confederation Cup, having, of course, made it through, as said, to the knockout phase, but they're top of the table in the Tanzanian League. 1 point clear of their great rivals, Young Africans, as they come through the middle. Here they are. What has he decided? Well, the yellow card is out. And we need to see him pointing to the spots as well, surely. But Mesela Merhaba has gone into the notebook, which means that he will be missing Constantine's next game. Lovely little flick there, and it was just outside the area, so it's a free kick in the D. And Merhaba, having picked up yellow cards in round 2 and on match day 4 as well, has now got himself another. And the 30-year-old defensive midfielder will not be taking part in the first leg of the quarter-final in March. Well, we saw Ahua blaze one over just over 10 minutes ago from a little further out. Will he take this, or will Hussein step up and skipper pull rank? It looks like it's going to be Ahua again. Dennis Kibu alongside him. Very serious looking Jean-Charles Ahua. And he joined the club in July from the side that beat SIMBA in their only African Interclub final, Stella Club of Ivory Coast. With his 4th chance of this opening period, Ahua steps up for SIMBA, and once again it's just got too much on it. And once again it wasn't the fiercest hit struck. Camera looking pretty unimpressed, the 26-year-old Ghanaian. Well, it was very gently taken. And I'm not sure if that had gone where he had wanted it to go, that it would have had the speed to beat Bullhub Fire. So another chance going, begging for Ahua. So Bullhub Fire will try and launch Constantine into some sort of offensive action. They've put one decent move together so far. And that's all we've got to have for the first half that's nearly over. Well, Omayele penalised for bringing down Malone. So just a shot on goal apiece. Ahua for SIMBA. We're coming forward again. Ateba to the byline he goes, does really well to get a little bit of space, and the cutback is good as well. Ahua over and wide. Well, that was a really presentable opportunity for SIMBA, and Lionel Ateba did superbly well down the right-hand side, managing to keep that in. And then having the presence of mind to pick out Ahua as well. Rode the challenge, took his time, and set it up perfectly for Ahua. These two having combined before. And Ateba had a delightful layoff to Ahua for his lovely volley against Sfaxian. Ateba with the ball dropping over his right-hand shoulder, just managing to hook it to his left, blind almost into Ahua's path. And they almost combined to similarly devastating effect just then. Ahua's got a lot of space, hasn't he? Ngoma looking forward into Ateba. That was all about the first touch, and he just didn't get anything on it. Salutes the pass forward to him. Lionel Ateba. Another in his first season with the club, joining in August from USM Alger. That's just where he needed to kill it, obviously. Just a few inches too far in front of him. Hamza. Ben Shaira. Rubi. Madahi into Bujarama. Now wide to Benjar. Sometimes plays as a striker, but equally has been filling in a few times on the right-hand side of midfield. Madahi charging forward, and he's one inside the corner as well. It's going to be a goal kick. I thought that came off Hussein, the SIMBA player, last. Away. SIMBA in possession as we enter the last 5 minutes or so of what has been a fairly tame and tepid first half. Not sure the lack of spectators inside has helped any. Barouche trying to get Constantine moving. And it's a very, very poor pass from Omoyele into Barouche. That wasn't tricky from the Nigerian. And it was woefully overhit. Well, that wasn't much better either, as SIMBA cede possession to Constantine. Deeb. Wide to Medahi. 4 assists for Medahi, including 2 in one game. Really is dangerous, and he's, I'm sure, a man that SIMBA will be well aware of keeping an eye on. And Panzu looking forward to Ateba. That's better. Trying to bend his run. And well marshalled in the end by Bellowell. Ateba. Well, SIMBA doing pretty well in their league, as said first. Having lost just one of their 15 games. Constantine finding life a little harder in the Algeria League. They are currently 6th in the standings with 20 points. Just 4, though, behind the league leaders JS Kabylie. And crucially, Constantine do have a game in hand. So win that, and they are just a point behind. They were top of the Algerian table when this Confederation Cup group phase began. And I'm sure it's taken a little bit of a toll as well, but they're helped by the fact the Algerian league is on a break at present, so gives them a good chance to recover and, of course, not play too many games in between these Confederation Cup matches. Ben Sharia, Bujarama. That's nicely played through to Deeb. Barouche getting forward. Deeb again, back into the left back, up to Deeb. Looking for Barouche. Do like the overlapping fullbacks. Does Madoui, the coach. Kibu. Looking forward again for Ateba. And holding it up again, the Cameroonian. Waiting for numbers. In it goes to Kibu. And that's well played by Deeb to dispossess Dennis Kibu, the Tanzanian. On the floor, that's nice round the corner from the Tanzania international Kibu. Ultimately calming to naught. Merhaba into Madahi. Terrific engine on him, Madahi, despite being 33 years of age. Just can bomb up and down that right flank all day. Ben Shaira. Bujarama into Barouche. Kibu pleading with the officials that should be his, and ultimately winning the argument. And Panzu, he goes down, and another free kick and another set piece on the edge of the Constantine area. They've had a few now. They've done very little useful with them. Can that change in what may well be their last chance in this opening period? So once again, Ahua standing over it. In it goes, and that's a really dangerous ball in, but he can't convert it at the back stick. Ngoma, well, had really good bend on it. Ngoma, not known for his goals, got the touch. The flag stayed down as well. And he just couldn't get over it. Ngoma, but that was a really dangerous ball in from Ahua. His best of the game so far. But Constantine still their goal unbreached. Benchar looking up towards Omayele. Hussein happy to go back to Musa Kamara. He's really been a spectator for most of this game, the Guinean. Ngoma. Ahua. Looking for a simple ball straight down the middle. Hoping to play in Mpanzu. Hussein. Benchar. Nicely played by him. Benshaira just dispossessed. 2 minutes of additional time. Ahua looking forward again and overhit again. Quite a few of these passes are being overhit today. One wonders if it's a possible consequence of a dry pitch. Not too well watered. Or is it just player error, of course? Well, as Kapomba went in, Badrama went down. He's had that grimace a few times now, Guinea's number one. Badrama just receiving a little bit of assistance. Hasn't missed a minute of action since the second round got underway. Barely misses a minute in the league either. Ashraf Badrama. Well, he's one of the lucky ones who's got inside to see this game, although he might not be feeling that way after a mildly lackluster first half. He needs a goal to spark this game into life. Kibu. Kagoma. Ahua. Oh, he was thinking about the strike and then he played it in while Kibu was offside in any case. Caught in a few minds there. Ahua, because he had Hussein charging forward from left back as well. Well, this will surely be the last action of the first 45 minutes. Just telling Buhafire to get on with it. The Mozambican referee. Lovely touch that from Hamza just to bring down that long kick from Buhafire. Kagoma. Malone. And into Hamza. Hussein. Ahua sees so much of the ball in this opening period in Mpanzu. Kagoma, he's got Kapombe outright, uses Ahua instead. He does eventually find it to Shamari Kapombe, but he gives it away. And he gives it away as well. Chance here possibly for Simba at the end of the opening period. In it goes, but headed away. Kigoma will pick it up. Looking for Kibu. And Bidrama again with the clearance. Mpanzu. Striker goal from Mpanzu. Blazed over the bar. And the referee had seen enough and belatedly blows his whistle in a half that has seen little goal-mouth action. Simba with by far and away the greater chances, many of them falling to Jean-Charles Ahoua. He's been unable to take them. An early penalty claim from Constantine and Zakaria Benchar came to naught. Other than that, they've really failed to call Musa Kamara in the Simba goal into action. And as I said at the other end, Simba just unable to find their shooting boots today, meaning at the break in Dar es Salaam in the 6th and final game of the Group A campaign of the Confederation Cup. It is Simba 0, CS Constantine 0. So the statistics from the first half, and as you can see, Simba with by far and away more of the shots. 6 in all, just 1 on target, that from Jean-Charles Ahoua that he caught from outside the box, but straight at Zakaria Bouhalfire in the Constantine goal. The shot on goal from Constantine, I must be honest, I'm really struggling to remember. I mean, there was a strike from D, but it was blocked and turned around for the corner. That might well be it, but look at that, more than or nearly double the amount of passes for Simba. Constantine edging the corners. And unwantedly, more yellow cards as well. Baouche and Meraba going the book for the visitors. Kibu for the hosts. The first half highlights from the Group A encounter between Simba of Tanzania and Constantine of Algeria. Jean-Charles Ahoua trying to open the scoring early on. After 13 minutes, that strike for the man with 2 goals so far in this campaign for the Tanzanians. And he was heavily involved. Ahoua, he struck that well, but straight down the gullet of Zakaria Bouhalfire in the Constantine goal. Trying to beat keeper who has 5 clean sheets out of 6 appearances in this Confederation Cup campaign. There was little that Constantine did in the first half when they got forward. It's one of their better forays forward, but the cutback from Usama Medahi not reaching any of the players in green. Ahoua continues to try and probe on this occasion, playing it into Ateba, who just got his feet wrong, and I think he just nudged that with his left foot before hitting it with his right. And then this was a really nice bit of play from So the team's back out, the referees back out as well.
Wasting time. Stop. I'm watching the card. If I cut, I can give you a yellow card, okay?
And you can hear very clearly that the officials looking out for time wasting. I think that's aimed at the Constantine players as we see the first change of the game. So Omayele is off and on comes Bel Hosseini. Abdenour Bel Hosseini, he's a attacking midfielder, the 28-year-old. Just his third appearance of the group stage, all of them as a substitute. He does bring goals with him. He scored against Bravos Domaki, the Angolans, on match day 4. And it will be Bel Hosseini to very much lead the line, and instead of switching with Ben Chahar, who can of course play up top and regularly does. So now the only tweak from either coach after the first half, in which Simba had several pot shots, let's call them. Well, Constantine failed to make Musa Kamara work in that Simba goal. Well, the Tanzanian side have got themselves a corner. A reminder that they need to win this game if they're going to finish top of Group A. And that's go through, not just as the pool winners, but as one of the top seeds when the draw is made for the knockout phase. Ahua has been a central figure in this game. He's already put one on a play for Ngoma. And this corner headed away by Deeb. And then Hussein catching his opposite man, but play on, says the referee. Mpanzu trying to work an opening. Ben Chaira will play it forward to Ribiyi. Well, they've yet to fully click, I think we can safely say, about Constantine. I think we'll probably see far more urgency should they drop behind. We're a fair way away from that. Ngoma forward into Kibu now. Nice turn from him. A couple of bites at him as well. But he's riding them. Dennis Kibu. Ahua, nice little turn from him. Strike a goal again. Well, he left his shooting boots at home. Jean-Charles Ahua. Plenty of efforts now. Most of the 7 attempts on goal have gone to Simba's number 10. But only once as he forced Buha Faya to make a save. Hamza joined the club last year as well from Supersport United in South Africa. And we're seeing Bel Hosseini skip past him, only just straight into touch from Bel Hosseini. He had spells in Qatar and Tunisia, from where he left Club Africain to join Constantine. Deeb just touches it out to stop another Simba move coming forward, or gaining more ground. Malone, the Cameroonian. To Hamza. Ngoma drifting forward, no challenge on him, clipping it round the corner, and he does well to find Mpanzu. And Mpanzu, well, they want a corner. There's going to be a goal kick and nothing more. But nice run that from Eli Mpanzu. Well found as well by Ngoma. The first touch took him far too wide. Hussein wins the header. And then gets it back as well. Forward down the line to Kibu. And Kibu just runs into Madahi. Kibu on the turn again. Into Ahua. Is he going to try his luck? He's possibly wary of having another go. And Panzu floats it in over everybody. And Kibu's offside. The Tanzanian league has taken a break until early March, primarily with the Chan, or the African Nations Championship, which, as said, was supposed to be taking place in just under 2 weeks in mind. Of course, that competition now postponed. It'll be interesting to see what late May or early June, and restarting on the 1st of March. There's going to be a lot of games to squeeze in. Hussein. Kibu. Cut out well by Bellowell. Hussein again. And Goma, the man who knows what it is to win the Confederation Cup, having done so with Raja Casablanca in 2021. Gets it back here, the 30-year-old. And this is better flowing football from Simba. Into the middle it goes, and behind for a corner. Ateba lurking. Bidrama had to make sure, and he gets the applause of his goalkeeper as well. Well, they are happy to bide their time, Simba. It'll be interesting to see what the last 10 minutes look like if they haven't managed to find a way through by then. Ahua with the delivery. In swing up. And Kibu goes up and he's good in the air. Fearful about having given away a foul, but it's play on, says the referee. I'm sure Hussein didn't really want to do that, but he's played it over there to Hamza. And the 21-year-old bringing camera into action. Something that Constantine are struggling to do. Ngoma. Well, he took a heavy touch and then tried to win the free kick, but Celso Alvassal, the Mozambican official, not buying that whatsoever. Kagoma. Long finding Ateba, a willing runner up front. And struggling to get past either Bidrama or Bellowell today. Hussein. Ngoma. Ahua. They just keep on running into a green wall, the red shirts. It's about what Simba have got to break them down. And whether they'll keep on coming up with ideas or run out of them. Benchar. They're making hard work of it. Simba trying to break down the Algerians, but the Constantine coach will be pretty happy. That's a nice ball from Kibu. Ateba in the middle, so too Ahua, headed away. Bel Hosseini completes the clearance for Constantine. And Shea Malone trudging back to build yet another Simba attack. Kibu. Strong tackle on Mpanzu, but he does really well. Chance here for Simba, and they can't take it. Well, it was one of the best they've had all game, and it possibly came to the man they didn't want, Shamari Kapobi, the right back. Not known for his goal scoring, but really nicely played in, and then just sliced and slashed at it. And that was a really good opening. It's a warning sign for Constantine, but they'll just keep doing what they've been doing. Trying to frustrate the Tanzanians. That's a lovely pass forward. Oh, the first touch exquisite. The second, so disappointing from Mpanzu. Lovely clipped ball into him. And he took it down so sweetly. Look at that. And then it was just what sort of volley. Undoubtedly put off by the on-rushing Bausch. Lovely football from SIMBA. Just a sign that possibly they're beginning to turn the screw a little bit. Out swinging corner. Up goes Kibu, who's so good in the air. And he just can't get over it, Kibu. We had Hamza behind him as well. And he's a real threat at set pieces. There's Kibu. He rose well here. There's always just a little bit too high, and in truth it probably was better suited for Hamza, who was just behind him. Ahua. Kibu again, taking on Madahi. Ateba in the middle. On the penalty spot, and they go deep. And here is Ateba. Well, it's a chance here for SIMBA. And once again, they cannot take it. Well, Mpanzu, with his second effort, blazed over the crossbar in as many minutes. Constantine on this occasion couldn't clear their lines. And it fell very nicely for him. And he could not control the volley. Eli Mpanzu started the last 3 Confederation Cup games for his first appearances of the season. He did only join in October from the AS Vita Club, of course. So it took a while to bed down Mpanzu. But he'll be hoping for a third opportunity to show what he can do. Well, Kibu surely fouled that. And SIMBA, well, they take the free kick quick on this occasion. Ateba into Ngoma. And that just about sums up most of the shooting that we've seen from SIMBA so far. They have definitely managed to work a fair few opportunities. And with that, a more economic finishing, they really should be ahead. Chance after chance for the Tanzanians. They've only actually had 5 players score for them this season. Kibu, Ateba, Ahua, Hussein, and really, I said earlier, that was an attempted cross that went in. And Edwin Balua. So 4 real scorers, and you need to spread them around in the team, ideally. Might explain why Sim have just the 6 goals from that game so far. Being told he needs to get off the pitch. He's missed a minute of the group stage action so far. Lai Shaheen Bellowell turned 24 at the end of last year. And a regular, both in the Confederation Cup side for Constantine and the league as well. Deeb can't make any ground. And Mpanzu, a lot livelier in this second period than he was in the first. He just needs somebody to take one of the chances that they are creating. Kagoma. None of them so far fall in the way of Ateba, the team's main striker. Here's Ahua, who's had a ton of efforts on the Constantine goal. Mpanzu opening it up to Ngoma. Ngoma back to Ngoma. Ateba in the middle. The height of the two central defenders for Constantine, a real problem in terms of getting decent ball to Ateba. Nice layoff from Mpanzu. Oh, what a strike that is from Dennis Kibu. Well, they missed chance after chance after chance, and it's fallen to their main man, and he has produced an absolute rocket. Dennis Kibu to give Simba the lead against Constantine and to take them top of the pile in Group A as well. And that was a howitzer from the 26-year-old. Lovely layoff into him, and he did not hesitate whatsoever. His fourth of the season in the Confederation Cup, Kibu, and surely his best of the bunch as well. Look at this. He goes into Mpanzu, who just lays it off very sweetly, and look at that for a strike. Head down, over the ball, over his knee, thump. And finally, Buhal Fire is beaten. And finally, we have the goal that this game needs. And it was a beauty from Dennis Kibu. And smiles at last on the face of Musa Kamara. And finally, all the pressure tells from Simba. And it came from, let's be honest, one of their hardest chances. But that was as sweet a strike as you'll see from Dennis Kibu. And now, what will we see from Constantine? If they want to go through top of the pile, they need to score, and will obviously mean they will leave spaces at the back that Simba can exploit. So now we have a very interesting game, which is far more in the balance than it was before, because Constantine need a goal and Simba obviously will need the second, but we've not seen too much desire whatsoever from Constantine to score. Prior to this, it was very much, we've got a point and that's what we'll go home with. Ribi going into the book and looking a little bit lost as well, as he eyes up the referee as to understand why. Challenge him behind on Mpanzu. We've seen far worse nonetheless. Not warranted. Going into the referee's notebook, 3 players now from Constantine who have been booked, just Kibu for Simba. Hamza looking long for Kibu. Wins the header above Medahi. So, as it stands, Simba top of Group A with 13 points. Constantine second on 12. Nice footwork from Mpanzu. But he's second half. He's already had 3 shots on goal. Look at that. As another strike comes in. It's time from Ahua. They are racking them up. That's the 15th shot on target. Well, not on target, on goal. I think Ahua must have had half of them. Let's see what Constantine have got. There we go. There is the table and confirmation that Simba have leapfrogged Constantine with that goal. Half an hour or so to go. A lot can happen, of course. Athletic clearance from Hussein. As Davids, the Simba coach, just tells his players to calm down. He will be delighted to go through top of the pile here. And Iridine Madoui. Well, he's already made one change. He's going to bring on the man who scored last week as well. At home to Sfanxian. Munda Tamine, a really nice strike from the edge of the area for the 23-year-old striker. And they need a presence up top because Belhasini is not providing it. Omayele was marginally more of a presence in the first period. Ben Shaira trying to feed deep, but that's well played by Kabombi. And they give it away, and Deeb will bring it forward for Constantine. Belawal. A reminder that Constantine have scored in every game they play, but they've got defending to do now. Well, he should have played it in surely first time in Panzu because Ateba was free. He didn't. Bausch angry with the assistant referee. This will be the change. Tamine can now indeed come on for Constantine. So let's see. Well, they're going to be a handful of changes, 3 in all. Well, Deeb is coming off. You don't often see that. His creativity gone. 8 goals and 5 assists from his previous 21 games. They won't be able to rely on that for now. So Tamine, Munda Tamine, the 23-year-old striker, is on. Rebi'i on a yellow, coming off. He's replaced by Fetela Taha, 30-year-old midfielder. And Salifu Tapsoba, defensive midfielder, just 22 years of age, is on. Ben Shaira. Also vacating the park, Ben Shaira. Really subbed. But he's off on this occasion, the 32-year-old. So, 4 changes for Constantine as we enter the 4th and final quarter of the game. Can they spark the Algerians into life? Because they've been pretty flat. I know it was surely a game plan just to hold on to the point, but they now need to come out of their shell. Free kick Constantine's way. Medahi taking the armband with both Deeb and vice-captain Ben Shaira having vacated the field. Kapombi. Been with the club since 2017 now. Lots of experience in the Champions League with Simba. Like this man, Hussein Ahua. And Ngoma just dropping back in to fill in defence as Malone pushed it a little higher. Nice turn from Ahua. Played in and out to Hussein. Hussein will keep this in. Ahua again. And Panzu. Another heavy touch from him. Hussein, not such a heavy touch. Killed it dead. can see the coaching staff, Constantine, asking for more from their side. Unsurprisingly so. They really do need a spark, and it's hard to see where it's going to come from at present. Hussein, the SIMBA skipper. Triangles from the Tanzanians. Ateba. Well, there goes really important touch that to take it away. Mpanzu trying to tee up Ahua. It comes to Kibu. Still Kibu! Oh, standing save from Buhafaya. And Kibu beats the ground in frustration. He did well to work the opening. He was close in on goal and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Look, he managed to turn Bausch and he got the strike away. And a little bit of good positioning and a really smartly stuck out leg as well from Buhafaya. Didn't know too much about it, but put his body in the way. And that's why, because you can get a vital touch and it really did kick up high and over the net. Kibu looking for his second, which would surely take the game out of sight for Constantine. Hussein. Malone. Looking for Ahua. It's going to be a Constantine throw. Madahi forward, looking for Belhasini. Belhasini still going with it. Bausch couldn't pick it up in the flow that he wanted to. Another who knows what it is to be part of a Confederation Cup winning team, having been with USM Alger, the Algerians, when they triumphed in 2023. He played some games earlier in the competition, not in the knockout phase though, Bausch. Nicely forward, Ahua just trying to wait for the ball, but taken off his toes. And then Camera comes out smartly to go clear. And then Kibu. Oh, good battle this with Medahi. He's got Ateba in the middle if he can find him, and he had the vision to try and pick out Lionel Ateba. Did Dennis Kibu. Cannon straight into a Constantine player. But excellent awareness from the Tanzanian. So another set-piece opportunity for Jean-Charles Ahua. And SIMBA will hope to get in and on the end of this. Into the middle it goes again. Headed away by the first man, Belhasini. Taken off his toes. Ahua again. Well, it'll be a SIMBA throw despite the claims of Belhasini and others. Kibu. And another SIMBA throw. Ngoma. Back into Ahua. Ngoma switch a play into Mpanzu. Malone. Ngoma just gets his pass away to Mpanzu. Bit of space for Ngoma. Forward to Mpanzu, looking to play it inside the fullback again. Here they go. There's a man in the middle. This is surely a chance to make it 2-2. How did he miss that? Kibu looking for his second, and to wrap it up for Simba. Just bobbles and bounces it over the net, and that was another very, very presentable opportunity for Simba. It was bobbling, and he hit it into the ground and failed to hit the target. Unmarked, 8 yards out. Well, chances don't come much better than that. And we will break for the second cooling break as well. And what a time that would have been for Simba to get their second. Well, he's going to be saying, let's do more of the same, but let's take the chances that come our way. Fadlu Davids. And he's still shaking his head. Dennis Kibu. I'm sure he'll be smiling if it ends in Simba's favour. Especially after his stunning goal to break the deadlock, the goal that separates the sides, of course. Or can Ayreddine Madoui galvanise his side into something more? The former Algeria international. He needs to get more of a tune out of them. Beaten just once in Group A by Bravos Domaki. And 7 goals in their last 2 games coming into this match. But they have really troubled the Simba goal. And by my reckoning, they have yet to have a shot even on or off target, Constantine. So if they do get something out of this game, and Simba do not make the most of the 15, 16, 17 chances that have come their way, they will only have themselves to blame. Well, the clock is ticking. We've yet to see any resumption in actual on-time playing action. And Gomo with the header. And they'll go back to Buhalfaya. Called up by Algeria coach Vladimir Petkovic at the end of the last year in the October Nations Cup qualifiers, but never got on the field. The experienced figure of Madahi, over 200 appearances in the Algerian league, will just play this forward, but loses the ball. Mpanzu putting himself about again. Can't hold on to it, and Constantine will launch this forward again. Well, the chase is on for Tamim. He's barely seen much of the ball since he's come on. And that's down the line. And Mpanzu inside him. Just so much space for these Simba players to play into. Into the middle it goes, and Ateba must score, does score. And surely that will seal the victory for Simba, who, with just over 10 minutes on the clock, go 2 goals clear. And is that enough to ensure that they go through as the Group A winners at the expense of the Algerians, Constantine, the team that they are beating? Well, finally, a chance came the way of Simba's main striker, Lionel Ateba. Played into him early. Madahi got a block in on the first effort from Ateba, but it came very, very nicely to the Cameroonian. And he wasn't going to miss from there. And Tanzania are very much on course to finish top of the pile in Group A, and the celebrations and the smiles can come out. And that was little more than Simba deserve for all their relentless one-way traffic forward. There will certainly be things to work on for the coach in terms of finishing, but he'll be mightily relieved that they finally have a 2-goal cushion. Ateba's third of the campaign. his second of the group stage. And it's very, very hard to see a way back for Constantine from here. Well, this will be, if it stays like this, the Algerians' heaviest defeat of the group phase. Only lost by 1 when going down to Bravo Stomaki. With 10 minutes left, they have, as said, yet to test Moussa Camara with any sort of strike in the SIMBA goal. But now they do send numbers forward. Can they give themselves something to hold on to for the final few minutes? No Brahim Deeb on the field, so swung in by another. And Camara gathers the delivery from Taha. And we'll just set SIMBA forward on their way again. There we go. Oh, that's really changed in that graphic from the last time we saw it. It's just the goal difference getting better for SIMBA, even though that's fairly academic in truth. Given teams get separated on the head-to-head record, as in how they fared against one another, rather than on goal difference. It does come down to goal difference should they end level, but that's an impossibility on this occasion. They've had so much of the ball. It'll be very interesting to see the possession statistics for SIMBA at the end of the game, because at times it's been like a training exercise. They've had so much of it. Just a very, very flat display from the Algerians. And with their league on a break, it's a little hard to work out why. I wonder if the conditions and the heat and the humidity has taken its toll on the North Africans. It's not been at its warmest in recent times. Camara. Well, Ahoua, having missed with all his half dozen or so chances, must be absolutely delighted his team up. 2 goals to the good. Panzu. Well, there are the possession stats. Look at that. Over 2/3 of the ball for SIMBA. Just a third in contrast for Constantine, but it does reflect the dominance of the team in red. Hamza finding Ngoma. Kapombi. Pushed high from fullback again, and Panzo an option inside him. And dispossessed. And then one back as well. Really good play from the SIMBA man. Switcher play. Just a Kibu, nice idea. Trying to find some space over on the opposite flank. So a chance for Davids to make some changes. And why not? Because this game is surely as good as one. Well, Ngoma will be coming off, so to Ahoua. And amongst us coming on, Edwin Balua, the winger. Valentin Numa, a left back. And Deborah Fernandez, the central midfielder. So he will just slot in where Ngoma was playing. Fernandez. Oh, Balua, we've not seen him since match day 2. We'll be absolutely delighted to get on the left winger. Scored in round 2 against Al Ali Benghazi. And Ladaki Chisambi also making it on. Alongside Valentin Numa. His third group stage appearance for Chisambi, the 20-year-old winger as well. And where's this yellow card going? Well, it's going to Kagoma. No bookings for him. Loose challenge and fairly reckless from Kagoma and Madahi. Five minutes to go. And if Constantine are going to get anything out of this game, they surely need to score now. Headed away by Mpanzu, excuse me, and put it back into the middle. Kibu. I was going to say Kibu, excuse me. Numa. Putting his head in. The Burkinabe, just 24 years of age, Valentin Numa. Madahi. Nice little turn that from Faha. Into the middle it goes. Headed away. And then it comes back in. Camera will just take his time. Chose to keep it in play. Could have let it go out and just run down the clock. Well, he's doing a little bit of that. You get the feeling that Constantine could play all day without troubling the SIMBA goal. Numa. Over the top, that's lovely. Into Mpanzu. He's working really hard to make the space, Mpanzu. He doesn't get his shot away. Really had a chance to do so. Didn't take it. And another SIMBA opportunity to find the back of the net goes begging. So much time on the ball for the men in red. Numa. Off he goes. Solid crunching tackle coming in from Madahi. Good drama. And then straight down the middle and overhit and over Belhosini as well. Well, you have to go back to the 27th minute of this game for when Constantine last put together a proper attack. That was when Benchar superbly played in deep, who was just about to pull the trigger when dispossessed by Kapombe. And that is the closest the visitors have got to troubling the SIMBA goal. While we wait for more referees. Referee just making sure Madahi is okay. But more changes coming for the Tanzanians. And Ateba departing the field. He'll be delighted to have got amongst the goals and gets the congratulations. Dennis Kibu, Zamiru, Saidi Yassini coming on. And he's not going to score too many easier than that, in truth. Ateba, got to get yourself in the right place, of course. And he departs the field with smiles and 3 Confederation Cup goals for the season. Kagoma also leaving the pitch as Lua belatedly comes on. Plenty of changes for the home side. As we enter the 90th minute, and all eyes will be on how much additional time there will be. And then the smiles will break out at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium for SIMBA. who have gained revenge for their defeat to Constantine on match day 2. You just need to hold out for the remaining 4 minutes. Nice check inside. Is this going to be the moment? It isn't. It's a free kick on the edge of the area. Will this, as I said, be the moment when Camera finally forced to make a save in the SIMBA goal? It really is now or never for Constantine. They are far from knocking on the door. This would be pretty much out of nowhere, but let's see how they get on. Daddy El Hossein Mwaki standing over it. 2 goals in the group stages, home and away against Bravo Stomaki. Strike at goal and strike on target. And finally, in stoppage time, Constantine do have an effort on goal. And it's taken until the 91st minute for it to happen. Straight at Camera, who didn't deal with it too well, let's be truthful. Conceded in the corner, but that's been headed away. Touch back from Chasambi. And then they go long and looking out wide. That's nicely through the middle, but overhit for Kibu. Baloa looking to play in. The man who broke the deadlock in stunning style, Dennis Kibu. Well, it always seems to find its way to a player in red. Very cool touch from Camera. As they look long. And Numo wins the header and then goes to chase on his own knock-on as well. Madahi down the line. Fernandez. Good strength to win that. Oh, Constantine looking much more up for it. With only 90 seconds left on the clock. Where was this sort of energy in the preceding 90 minutes? Well, the move breaks down. And as ever, Simba spoiled for options when coming forward with men offered in space. Well, Baloa can't get on the end of that. And Constantine, well, surely that's offside. It is indeed, luckily so for Camera, who misjudged the ball. If you were generous, you could say perhaps he knew that the flag was already up. Either way, that's not the most impressive attempt to beat an offside trap. Now there'll be a very grim flight back to Algeria for Constantine, because there's very, very little for them to take away as a positive from this game. We can just say it's one that got away from them, and possibly that weather conditions just too much for the Algerians to handle on the day, because they have not been their normal selves. The 4 minutes of additional time are up. And Simba, you're on the verge of landing the victory they were so desperate to achieve before the game. And that's it. The whistle blows and Simba have beaten Constantine to go top of Group A above the Algerians and ensure that they finish top of the pile in the group and will be amongst the top seeds when the draw is made for the quarter-finals, which will get underway in March. Dennis Kibu broke the deadlock after Simba had missed chances aplenty, and he did so in stunning style. A rocket that flew into the top right-hand corner. The Constantine keeper, Zakaria Bouhalfaya, barely saw. And then a far more routine attempt from close range from Cameroonian Lionel Eteba, just over 10 minutes from time to get the second, which was always going to be too much for a Constantine side who had just the one shot on target all game, coming late in stoppage time, which just about sums up their display. Disappointment for the Algerians, who came into this game top of the pile, but they've been leapfrogged at the death by SIMBA of Tanzania, who have made it through comfortably so, and fully deservingly so as well. It's ended in Dar es Salaam. SIMBA 2, Constantine 0. So the statistics from the sixth and final matchday clash in Group A between SIMBA and Constantine. The Tanzanians winning the game, and, well, for once, possession was reflected in the scoreline. 20 shots on goal to Constantine's 1, and I must be honest, I don't even think they had, well, they did have one. They had that graphic at halftime when they didn't have one. They did have their only shot on goal late on. Very, very deserving win for SIMBA, who just edge out Constantine by a top at the point of Group A. CS Faxion finally getting their first win of the campaign, the sixth and final time of asking, the three-time Confederation Cup winners. So the Tunisians at least ensuring they don't finish pointless in a group where many really were expecting them to be amongst the top two, of course. So 2 games down, 6 to come, and 2 places to fight for. Keep an eye out for the clash between ASC Giraffe away to USM Alger at the bottom of your screen. A point there will take the Senegalese through. And then Al Masri, Enyimba and Black Bulls all hoping to take the second spot in Group D when that group kicks off in just over an hour's time. Highlights from match day 6 as the top 2 in Group A met in Dar es Salaam. SIMBA, the home side, looking to see if they could go above Constantine of Algeria in green, because if they were to win today, the Tanzanians, then they would be leapfrogging the Algerians at the top of the table. Jean-Charles Ahoua, who had plenty of chances throughout the game, particularly in the first half, forcing the first save of the game from Zachary